This video is partnered with Shortform.
I want you to understand, we don't do anything illegal.
You be ferocious! You be relentless! You be telephone fucking terrorist! Now let's knock this motherfucker out of the park!
The Wolf of Wall Street is about a drugged-up, womanizing stockbroker called Jordan Belfort, and he's probably one of the most misunderstood movies from the last decade. When it first came out in 2013, critics and fans described it as excessive. The point to be made here is that yes, the film is excessive, it's obscene, it's grotesque, but it's also wildly entertaining. The Wolf of Wall Street is satire, communicating to the viewer that this film is filled with drugs, sex, and greed, and is a reflection of what the audience likes and wants to see. Like Fight Club or American Psycho, The Wolf of Wall Street gets mistaken for a blueprint instead of a warning. People miss the point completely, and critics end up describing the film as a sprawling riot of bad taste and consumption, and tremendously entertaining. And while yes, it is all those things for about 90% of the movie, that last 10% changes everything. It's Belfort crawling to his car, it's him cheating on his wife, it's the deafening silence after years of manic highs. There's moments that slow down, that feel quiet, almost out of place in a movie that's this loud, and yet here they are.
Do you love her?
They feel real and isolated from every other scene, and that's what I want to talk about.
And if you don't get it, when that girl's head is being shaved in the middle of the brokers having an orgy at the end of their month celebration, that is saying something very powerful. This is monstrous. And if the audience doesn't get that, I don't know what to say. I mean, that is very much of a judgment, but you have to make that judgment. He doesn't want to point fingers and make moralistic judgments because he doesn't think people listen to them. He wants you to see what that world is like, to immerse you in it and make you understand it, and then you make up your mind about it.
You see, Jordan Belfort lives in a post-American dream world. It's not enough to marry someone, have kids, and own a home. You need surplus. You need a mansion, endless quaaludes, and a lot of money. And that message hits the mark. Everyone in this film loves the money.
I want you to deal with your problems by becoming rich!
But for Jordan Belfort, it started with Mark Hanna. I think one of the reasons this scene is a fan favorite is because it marks the transitional period in the film. It shows what type of world Jordan is getting himself into and eventually will replicate in excess with his own firm. Every time Belfort begins a rally speech about getting rich and that success is through aggression, it's a commentary and a trap. It leaves the audience to decide if we believe him or not. It forces us to decide how we interpret him. Scorsese has often expressed that his films aren't about moral judgment, but about human behavior. His films seduce you with the very thing they attempt to critique. The yachts, the orgies, the coke. It's filmed with the energy of a music video, and it's not just about excess. It is excess. It's implying that it really is up to us whether or not we like it. And for the most part, we do. Part of that is how we kind of like hanging out with Jordan Belfort. Leonardo DiCaprio played Jordan Belfort as a charismatic, friendly, likable guy. He's pitched to us as the underdog trying to make a living for himself and his wife, and there's no reason for us to dislike him. And even where there might be, we're too invested. Jordan Belfort isn't some anomaly. He's an output, the logical end result of a culture that treats wealth like virtue. We see that well before Jordan Belfort, there are several people already doing what he's about to do. Ultimately, The Wolf of Wall Street isn't just about Jordan Belfort. It's about the system that rewards people like him and the audience that roots for them, because the reality of this film isn't what he did, it's how easy it is to watch him do it and feel nothing. It brings us to why the subway scene, although brief, is one of the most critical points in the film. Enter FBI agent Patrick Denham, and for the purposes of the film, he's our antagonist. And only our antagonist because we're forced to follow Jordan Belfort as the narrator of the film. So what is it about this scene that's so special? Well, for one, it's foreshadowed in this conversation.
You know what? When I'm riding home on the subway and my balls are fucking sweating, I'm wearing the same suit 3 days in a row. Yeah, you bet I do. I've thought.
And it changes the film's meaning from how greed can corrupt to how nothing's changed. At least for what Denham realizes after he's finally shut down Jordan's firm, seized over $110 million, and threw Belfort in jail for 4 years. He still doesn't smile. He just looks around the subway realizing that no one notices, let alone cares, and that everything seems the same. This scene is about acceptance. Belfort having to accept that he's lost, and Denham having to accept that nothing will change even though he's won.
Money talks and bullshit takes the bus.
When I find myself invested in a scene like this, whether it's a film or a book, having a helpful guide is essential. That's why this video is partnered with Shortform. Shortform helps you make sense of the world's information by summarizing and explaining the most important ideas from books, articles, and even podcasts in clear, concise, easy to understand guides. Whether you're into philosophy, storytelling, or fiction, Shortform covers a wide range of topics that you're sure to find fascinating. Personally, I've used Shortform while reading Dale Carnegie's How to Win Friends and Influence People to better understand certain ideas and concepts without missing any context or nuance. Shortform releases new book guides and articles every week, and subscribers even get to vote on what they want to see next. So, to get a 5-day free trial and 20% off on the annual subscription, join Shortform through my link, shortform.com/Sophia, or click the link in the description. If we take a look at the last scene of the film, we notice a little obviously that this looks like a bunch of people watching a movie with the projector right behind them. For lack of a better explanation, it's us, the audience, watching ourselves. To me, it implies that this film is a massive 3-hour-long mirror. That this is how the world runs, on greed, lust, and we enjoyed every second. We stayed for 3 hours not recognizing the satire and enjoyed it. To put it simply, The Wolf of Wall Street is really about the audience. If you'd like to hear more episodes like this, consider checking out the Sophia Patreon at patreon.com/Sophia by Nico.